Well, a little extended hot lap session for the Lightning Sprints out here. We're trying to get this track in the tip-top shape. Once again, no qualifying, so once all of our hot laps are complete, we'll move into opening ceremonies, followed by heat race competition. Greg Dennett, Grant Sexton, AJ Bender, Shane Sexton, and Matt Land, the 5 cars out there on the track right now. 14.779, the fastest lap we've seen thus far. Looking there at the 91 of Matt Land, this year's Bay Cities Racing Association champ. Well, checkered flag waves in the opening hot lap session of the evening for the Lightning Sprints. Number 3, Grant Sexton, fastest overall in the Sexton Gatlin Racing Sexton Fire Protection BK Wing sponsored number 3, 14.450. 22 of AJ Bender, 14.506. The 3F of Shane Sexton for Savage Racing this weekend. 47 out there was Greg Dennett, this year's BCRA president. And the 91, once again, Matt Land, this year's BCRA champion. As we roll out hot lap session number 2 for the Lightning Sprints. Winners so far this year at Placerville, AJ Bender now up to 3 total. 1 with the wing, 2 without the wing. Dakota Albright, Joseph Farolito, and Bobby McNovich, the winners this year in this division at Placerville Speedway. Cars coming out now includes the 17F of Harley Aguilera out of Orangevale for Savage Racing, Premier Mobile Tire and Oil, Foothill Tractor, and Heat Wave. 18 Joseph Farolito, also hitting the Speedway out of Modesto. Picked up the win here on July the 9th. 26 all the way from Colorado Springs, Colorado, it is Chris Crowder. Accelerated Services, K8 Suspension, Diablo Fab, CSC, and Schoenfeld among his sponsors. Looks like Bellingham, Washington's Alex Lewis, also a part of this hot lap session, as flagman Ed Ince waves the green. Sponsors tonight with the BCRA Series and CLS co-sanctioned. Hard Charge Award, once again, Crowder Race Products, EMI Diablo, donating an EMI gift card valued at $100. Rosa Motorsports adding in $100 for the Hard Luck Award. First non-transfer in the feature, Sexton Gatlin Racing, $50, and Savage Racing, $50. Hot Stuff Racing also a $50 certificate to the final finisher in the feature. Well, 35 junior Dakota Albright jumps atop the charts in hot laps, a 14.153. Dakota helped out by Oval Chassis Research, West Steel and Plastic, Johnson and Matto CPA. Special welcome to Casey Johnson and the team. 5:30 wraps, Romy's Window Cleaning for Dakota Albright, winner here on May the 7th, 2021, a Lightning Sprint champ with the Bay Cities Racing Association. Harley Aguilera now second overall in hot laps, followed by Grant Sexton, AJ Bender, and Alex Lewis. Third hot lap session rolling out onto the Placerville Speedway clay. Tonight again, just the 4th time all season that this division races without the wings up here in Northern California. All 3 nights of the Hangtown 100 along with the Wayne Albright Memorial down at Merced in April. 18S out there is Dalton Sexton from Lakeside. Sexton Fire Protection, BK Wings, Johnny Motorhead, Troy Dirt, Victory Graphics sponsored machine. 4X, longtime SCRA local down in SoCal, that is Cal Smith. Dependable Machine, Haircuts by Susie, Jobu Racing, and LBA Investigators backing Smith this weekend. 44 also out there, this year's Southwest Lightning Sprint champ. That is Brent Sexton of Lakeside. And the 24B's been impressive so far this weekend out of Lakeside, Colorado. Right there on your screen, it's Johnny Boos. Johnny Boos in the 24B. Green flag out, third hot lap session for the Lightning Sprints. Oh, 25K Hunter Kinney also back with us tonight after sustaining that heavy rear end damage in a heat race incident. Well, we just talked about this guy having a lot of speed so far this weekend. Johnny Boos, now fastest overall in hot laps. The first car to make it down into the 13-second bracket, a 13.710. 35 junior Dakota Albright, 4X Cal Smith, 44 Brent Sexton, and 18S Dalton Sexton, now your top five. Once again, our two qualifying races will start straight up from combined points for Thursday and Friday. AJ Bender, Shane Sexton will be the front row of qualifier 1, and then qualifier 2, Grant Sexton and Greg Dennett will comprise the front row. Both of these qualifiers will be 12 laps the distance, top 5 transferring to the feature. More cars coming out include the 39 of Mark Henry. Number 4, out of Yucca Valley, California, is Jeff Dyer. 32, Ken Colston also joining us. Colston helped out by Hoosier Speed, George Dean Racing Engines, and Rockstar Coating. '51 also back with us tonight in the Lightning Sprint, Logan Seavey. Last night having an issue with the oil filter, hampering their efforts. We'll see what they have in store for us tonight. The John Taylor-owned ATCO Driveline, Redline Air Systems, Eldorado Landscape and Design sponsored number 51. Kenny Close tuned in from North Carolina, got the Red Bulls going. Of course, last night's program wasn't too late. Officials did a great job getting the program through. Once again tonight, going to do the same. As we wind our way through BCRA CLS Lightning Sprint Hot Laps, 11S Daniel Clausen also out there in this group. Well, Logan Seavey hops up to second now in hot laps, a 14-1, 4-1. Nothing but bad luck so far for Logan and John Taylor here the first two nights. 39 Mark Henry now up to second, followed by Ken Colston. Time starting to improve rapidly here as this quarter mile comes into shape. Well, last year's Lightning Sprint winner at the Hangtown 100, Logan Seavey, now fastest in hot laps, a 13.478. Once again, a little bit of an oil filter issue last night. Relegated them further back than they would have wanted. We'll see what Logan has in store for us this evening. He'll be starting deep in qualifier number 2 on the inside of row number 5. Should be the final set Lightning Sprint Hot Laps rolling out. We currently have 20 on our scoring sheet of the 25 that have signed in here for the finale of the Hangtown 100, presented by Matt Wood Racing. .343, Tyler Gerardis. We'll see if they've made repairs. They have another team that's had nothing but bad luck so far these first two nights. Gerardis out of Oakdale, piloting the Ramsey Express Trucking. Anthony Almanza Realtor, Houston Farm Management, number 343. 31 also out there, Steve Becker. As is 23, Jason Shapansky. That's our British Columbia traveler. Shapansky once again helped out by Zacharias Vickers, LLP. There's a look there on FloRacing of Jason Shapansky. Real life job is a teacher. Teaches electrical engineering up there in BC. 343 there of Tyler Gerardis. We'll see if that motor sounds up to par here as he comes by the front straightaway. A little bit of a pop and a cackle still. .31 car there on your screen. That is Steve Becker, another one of the Colorado travelers with us this weekend here at the Hangtown. Well, and there's the 343 continuing to have nothing but issues. That was a very odd sound from that car as he slows to a stop on the front stretch. Yeah, it did sound like a little bit of a chain smacking on that car. We saw Shane Hopkins lose the chain on the High Sierra 21 the first night. Nonetheless, though, that does wrap up Lightning Sprint Hot Laps. .51, Logan Seavey, fastest overall with that 13.478. Mark Henry, Jeff Dyer, Johnny Boos, Ken Colston, the top 5 in hot laps. They'll be back once again with 2 qualifying races as some of our track crew goes ahead and picks up some of the debris that was left behind by the 343. So Tyler will take the car back to the pit area. We'll see if they can make repairs for the qualifying races. Before that and before opening ceremonies, though, we're going to have hot laps for the USAC NOS Energy Drink National Midgets. I'll hand it back over to my good buddy, Mr. Chet Christner. Take it away.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. We are going to bring out the hot lap session here and get set to go. Take the opportunity to thank NOS Energy Drink, the title sponsor to USAC Midget National Championship. You are a machine with 800 horses coursing through your veins. Fuel up, fire up. Never look back. Live fast. Drink NOS with Complex 6 for high-performance energy and enhanced mental focus. Visit drinknos.com for a retailer near you and follow them on social media at NOS Energy Drink. You can also swing by the NOS Energy Drink tent located just behind the grandstand. Grab yourself a complimentary NOS beverage. It's funny, I got on a mango kick, and then I was on the apple kick, and then I got back into grape again, and now I feel like a mango. So I'm probably going to grab a mango tonight and have that again. So pick the flavor of your choice. They're all good. But make sure you grab one before you leave here. Also, I'd like to thank AMSOIL, title sponsor to USAC Sprint Car National Championship. Why choose AMSOIL synthetic lubricants? Because AMSOIL delivers next-level power, performance, and protection. Built in the lab so you can feel it on the road. Run with us. Visit AMSOIL online at amsoil.com. Also, would like to give a shout-out and a thank you to ProSource. ProSource putting up a $2,500 year-end reward to the driver who passes the most cars during the feature events throughout USAC's 2022 Silver Crown, National Sprint, and National Midget seasons. And last night, we had a big charge in the ProSource Passing Master standings. And that was Logan Seavey. He came from the tail of the field to finish 6th last night, jumped into the number 2 spot. In ProSource Passing Master points, he has 152 cars he has passed so far this year. Justin Grant has passed 187. He's currently first. Seavey second. Brady Bacon bumped down to third with 144. Timez is fourth with 141. And then Robert Blue, the Madman, 119, rounds out the top 5. So that is your current point standings in the ProSource Passing Master, but a shout out and thank you to ProSource for making that all possible. USAC would also like to thank VP Racing Fuels, the official fuel of USAC, as well as Racing Electronics, the official communications provider of USAC. And a special thank you to RockAuto.com for providing wristbands for events throughout the USAC national season. Order auto parts online from RockAuto.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and have them conveniently delivered to your door. For all the parts your car will ever need at reliably low prices, visit RockAuto.com, and don't forget to let me try that whole sentence again. Don't forget to let them know you heard about them right here at the racetrack. You think as many times as I read that I'd be able to do it flawlessly, but nope, not me. Also would like to thank Hoosier Racing Tire, the official tire of the United States Auto Club. For more information on the tires designed for champions, contact Hoosier Tire online at HoosierTire.com or just walk across the racetrack and visit with them in the trailer back there. Steel It Brand Coatings has continuously raised the bar in the industry for nearly half a century by making powder coating a thing of the past. Trusted worldwide since 1974, Steel It has provided extraordinary performance in numerous applications across diverse industries, including architecture and construction, food processing, automotive power sports and motorsports, aerospace, and countless do-it-yourself projects. When you want to win, you have to have the best. That's Steel It Brand Coatings. Visit SteelIt.com for more. Fatheads Eyewear has laid down $100 to the driver who sets fast time during time trials for each and every USAC Silver Crown National Sprint and National Midget qualifying session throughout the season. Tonight, however, there is no qualifying. All the heat races tonight are lined up based on the points that we have accumulated over the first 2 nights of the Hangtown 100 presented by Matt Wood Racing. So that is what set our heat race lineups here tonight. Our hot lap sessions will be coming out. Hot laps have nothing to do with the heat race lineups. It's all about the points over the first 2 nights, with your 8 cars, 8 highest points earners, inverted in each of the 5 heat races. We will not advance a certain number from each heat tonight. The heats will be 10 laps of distance. But after all the heats have been run, we're going to add up the points from the heats tonight with the points from the first 2 nights, and the top 20 overall lock into the feature events. Everybody else goes to a B or a C main. We'll take the top 4 from the front of the C to the back of the B, and now the Elliott's Custom Trailers and Cars semi-feature will take the top 4, put them into the A main event, and that's a 24-car starting field. There will also be 4 provisionals tonight. That'll be 2 national points provisionals, along with 2 promoters provisionals. So a starting field of 28 cars for tonight's 20,000 to win 100-lap event for the NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series. Also on the line is a $12,000 payout to the points champion. So right now, Buddy Kofoid is leading that points championship as he is the high points man. He'll start 8th in heat race number 1, but $12,000 going to the points champion. Last year, Logan Seavey won the points champion. Or points championship, I should say. So all that on the line here tonight. A lot of good racing action on tap here at Placerville Speedway. Thanks again for coming out and joining us. We fire them up. This is our hot lap session number 1 out on the racetrack. Jake Andriotti, the double O car, down into turn number 1. Just in front of him in the 71, or I'm sorry, rather the 73X. That's Chase Johnson out of Pengrove, California. The 57 of Daniel Whitley out of Ferndale, California, down on the inside of the racetrack. And he has struggled out here over the last couple of nights, and they found out that whenever you set up your steering, the arm has to be, they call it clocked. It has to be put in a proper position, so when you turn your steering wheel, you can turn from lock to lock. Well, it was off just a little bit. He couldn't get full lock to the right-hand side, so he was struggling with that car, getting it through the corners. They found that in the semi, or just before the semi-feature event last night, so keep your eye on the 57 car tonight. He's going to pick up the pace. I can tell you that right now. I just feel it in me bones. So watch Daniel Whitley tonight, the young gun out of Ferndale, California. Going to be fun to watch. Ryan Burnell, the Hollister, California racers in the 27W. Shane Golubic, Fremont, California runner in the 17W. 7NZ, Travis Buckley out of Auckland, New Zealand over here. And when I say New Zealand, I got to also give a shout out and a thank you to everybody watching from down under. Shout out to all the Kiwis tuned in on FloRacing. It's tomorrow, so we're all good over here. Just we're going to make it because they're already there. They said it's great. The weather's fine. But a shout out to all the Kiwis tuned in and watching as they're cheering on Travis Buckley and Michael Pickens coming over here and racing with us. So good to have both the New Zealanders out here on the track, and we appreciate you tuning in from over in New Zealand. Emerson Axum, the young gun out of Franklin, Indiana. The 25X cars out here. Carson Macedo out of Lemoore, California. The 99 AU. Kofoid in the 67, and Michael Facinto in the number 14. All out here in this first group. Send them around the racetrack, and this is a Dirt Draft Hot Lap session. Shout out to Joe Docherty tuned in. Tyler Barr, my buddy Tyler's tuned in from back in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure if he'll make it to the end of the night. Might get past his bedtime. We'll get past my bedtime if I'm back here as well. But Tyler, good to see you watching. Glad you had a good season. If I'll talk to you after this, have a happy holidays too. Joe Docherty checking in, Buzz checking in, all my friends from back east. Big night of racing out here, there's no doubt about it. But Dirt Draft Hot Lap session on the racetrack, and that is still in play, and Dirt Draft making hot laps pay for all the drivers across the USAC's national divisions with a nice little bonus at the end of the year. The driver sets the quick time in each and every Dirt Draft hot laps. It's Chase Johnson cranking around here. You watch Buddy Kofoid, current national points leader and defending national champ. Behind the wheel of that number 67 car you just saw on screen. Travis Buckley in the 7NZ, pursued by Chase Johnson in the 73X, but Kofoid into the number 1 spot, a 12.068, 12.068 for Buddy Kofoid, the number 67 car, quickest car in session number 1. Daniel Whitley, the number 57. Did I not tell you to watch him? He's second quick, 12.091. He's only 23 thousandths of a second off the pace set by the current national points leader. Shane Golubic was third quick, loves this racetrack. A lot of wins out here for the racer behind the wheel of 17W. But that's how we had him there in session number 1. Session number 2 set to roll out onto the racing surface. Second session, we should see the 14T of Dylan Bloomfield, Oakley, California racer. Zach Telford back with us again here on night number 3 for the pavement racer from up in Middleton, Idaho. If you ever get a chance to slide up to the Boise and Meridian area, the Meridian Raceway, is that what's called Meridian Raceway Speedway? I think Meridian Raceway. They have the Pink Lady Classic. But if you ever get a chance to slide up there, even if you're not a pavement fan, you need to go watch racing at that track. I think you will be whenever you leave there. I talk about Anderson Speedway doing the same thing. Such great racing up there in Meridian, but a lot of good racers from up in that neck of the woods. But if you're looking for a little vacation to a beautiful, and I do mean a beautiful area of the country, and I know you live in Placerville, and it's gorgeous down here too, but you should go up there and check that out. Cannon McIntosh out of Bixby, Oklahoma is currently second in the points here at the Hangtown 100. He's going to roll off 8th in the second heat race, the 08 car. Bixby, Oklahoma runner. Tanner Thorson out of Minden, Nevada, the number 88. Minden just over the hill from here, although he now calls Tulsa home. But Thorson behind the wheel of the number 88 car. Logan Seavey, last night's hard charger, and the number 58 car, the racer out of Sutter, California, pulling double duty out here this weekend. All the way from Collegeville, Pennsylvania, Alex Bright's in the number 19. Jacob Denny out of Galloway, Ohio, behind the wheel of the 25M. Kaylee Bryson out of Skokie, Oklahoma, the number 71 car, joining us out on the racetrack. And then Justin Grant, Ione, California racer, the 2J, should be in this group as well. Austin Barnhill, Wilmington, North Carolina racer, the 17B, rounds out group number 2 of 5 for Dirt Draft Hot Laps. If you're not familiar with Dirt Draft, it's fantasy dirt track racing, just like any other fantasy sport. I talked to Buddy today. He said, how expensive am I on Dirt Draft? I said, you're the most expensive one on there. I think he's like $22,000 if you're going to buy him on Dirt Draft. You have a $100,000 salary cap, so if you take Buddy, you're going to have to take somebody that maybe isn't quite as consistent as that $100,000 salary cap. Makes it a little tough to pick a field, but yeah, it's going to be tough here tonight. But hopefully your team of 5 drivers all make it into the feature event, and they all do very, very well, much like Logan Seavey did for me last night with that hard charge from the tail of the field. I thanked him for that. Helped out my Dirt Draft considerably. But if you get a chance to check it out, dirtdraft.com, download the Dirt Draft app. If you've never played before and you're signing up for the first time, make sure you use the promo code USAC. You get a very cool Dirt Draft USAC t-shirt. But I never miss a race. Love it. Me and my cousin play all the time and talk about it. We talk about it almost every day. Maybe I'm a little OCD. It's Justin Grant idling down the back, shoot the 2J car. Ione, California, just down the road from here. Not too awful far. That's where he called home. His dad out in the pit area, saw him walking around earlier on. Kaylee Bryson just behind the number 71. There's Tanner Thorson, that Sawyer chassis, a experimental chassis is what I'm going to go with there for the number 88 car. I know he's getting a lot of communication about it, and holding his cards close to his chest. He needs to get through the Chili Bowl and defend his championship down there, I believe, for the racer behind the wheel of the 88 car. As we cut him loose, Alex Brights. First visit out here to the West Coast for the racer behind the wheel of the number 19 car. It's into around the racetrack. Picked up the East Coast Championship, 11 wins in 2021. I think finished second in the National in the East Coast Points Championship this year with the sprint cars, USAC sprint cars. We got one stop top side of the racetrack, and that's not good. I wasn't paying attention to Jacob Denny. He's got the front end folded over. I don't know if the front end just collapsed on it or what. I wasn't, unfortunately, looking at him. He just kind of shot up to the top of the racetrack, and that's not good. And that's exactly what he's saying right now whenever he looks out over the front of the race car. I don't know, perhaps something didn't get tightened up or what the deal was. Right now he's saying, I think I might need a tow truck. Boy, a tough break right there for the 25. I believe he's being scored as a 25M car out here. Trent Shoring, Rodella Specialty Fabrication, sponsors on that 25M. Denny is second-generation racer and two-time and was defending USAC Midwest Thunder D2 midget champ. I don't think he ran with the D2 midgets too much this year, so we've had him on the national tour, and good to have him out at each and every one of the races. Picked up a feature event win with the NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series earlier on this year. Running for Mount Stout at that time as the tow truck backs in, but they'll get him fixed and get him back out here again for heat race action. So fortunately, that happened during hot laps and not during the heat race, as Denny slated to roll off fourth on the field when he comes back out in CSI heat race number 2. Got the corners powdered up here around the racetrack, getting into turn number 1. That was the arch nemesis of the racers on the first night. They wanted to hug that inside berm, and they couldn't really tell where the transition was down onto the racetrack. There's a couple things about Placerville Speedway out here I'm going to explain to you, even if you're sitting in the stands, but for those of you watching on FloRacing as well, is number 1, it's banked more than you think it is. When you sit up here in the stands and look at the racetrack, you're like, it's got a little bit of banking to it. No, it's got a lot of banking to it. When you walk out onto the racetrack, you'll be surprised. The second thing is that berm down on the inside is much bigger than you think it is. From up here, you're like, it looks like it's maybe 5 or 6 inches. No, that's like over a foot tall down there on the inside of the racetrack. So that's two things that don't translate well to the seats in the stands or watching on FloRacing. It's a 25 car heading out over. The other thing I'll talk about, too, is down in the infield. I talked about this the other night. There's a lot of Jeeps come out here and push for us. And the reason for that is because, well, Dave and Cammie used to be part of, or still are part of, a Jeep club out here. And this is the staging grounds. I talked about the Rubicon, but the Jeepers Jamboree is held out in this neck of the woods. And if you have a Jeep and you want to come meet a lot of like-minded folks, this is the place to do it. But I really appreciate the Jeep Club coming out here and helping us out as push trucks. They're out here every week. So it's just another day at the racetrack for them, but we do appreciate them. They do such a phenomenal job, and they got some very cool Jeeps. There was one pulled a little trailer up in the pit area earlier on. It was all lifted up with long travel suspension on and everything. And again, they take their Jeep seriously out there. Hang on to it. The number 14 got slowed right there for Bloomfield. Send him around. Tanner Thorson into the number 1 spot now at 11.863. Kaylee Bryson goes second quick. Checkered flag is out. Look out! Bloomfield got sideways again. Just ahead of the number 17 of Austin Barnhill. Barnhill did a beautiful job avoiding contact right there as Bloomfield got loosened up. Up top, it is Tanner Thorson, your defending Chili Bowl champ, and the number 88 car goes 11.863 and 11.879 for Kenna McIntosh in the 08. Logan Seavey third quick in the number 58 car. Said he was feeling good last night. He shows it again tonight. Kaylee Bryson cracks the top 5. The number 71, fourth quick. And then Justin Grant in the 2J rounding out the top 5. That's group number 2 of 5. Been out on the racetrack. If you haven't done it coming in, make sure you do it right now or as soon as possible. Grab your Hangtown 100 shirt or sweatshirt. They are almost out. I've been telling you over the last 2 nights, make sure you grab it. Gary's been telling you. Hopefully you're listening to us. But if you haven't gotten one yet, you need to go get it right now. As there are limited, and I do mean limited numbers available, but they do have them down there. They also have some from, was it last year or the COVID year? Yeah, the COVID year. They're available down there, too, and a lot of other cool stuff, so check it out. But if you want a Hangtown 100 shirt, you need to go get it right now. Don't wait and dabble around, or you're going to be like, ooh, they don't have them anymore. So that'll take us into heat race number 3. Hot lap session, dirt draft hot laps coming out here. Blake Bauer should be rolling out the number 9 car out of Brentwood, California. Brenham Crouch out of Lubbock, Texas in the 97. The 25, a Sunshine. Tyler Courtney out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Good to have Sunshine out here. Always has a smile on his face when I see him. Hayden Reinbold, the 19 AZ out of Gilbert, Arizona. Always holding a coffee in the morning when I see him. Corey Day, Fresno, California runner in the number 4 car. Colby Copeland, the 87 out of Roseville, California. The 71's Tanner Carrick out of Lincoln, California. Mariah Eade out of Fresno, California, the 71E. Bryant Wiedemann, the 01 out of Colby, Kansas. And then Timez, Thomas Mesra out of San Jose, California, 7X, joining us in group number 3. Timez TV on YouTube if you want to check it out. Tanner Carrick behind the wheel of the 71M, picking up that win on the first night, and a very important win as it put KKM into the number 1 spot overall of NOS Energy Drink National Midget Entrance. 134 wins for KKM, and somebody, I saw some comments online talking about it, and talks about the number of cars he's bringing out. But Keith, I think, said it best. Their first win came 30 years ago. It is not easy to win with the NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series. It's not like you just go out there and click them off. And yeah, he's had a lot of drivers. He's had a lot of good drivers, but it has taken him 30 years to reach that benchmark, which I think is absolutely incredible. So testament to him and Pete, and we appreciate everything that they do for midget racing and being a part of this. Corey Day, phenomenal talent there behind the wheel of the number 4. I said on the first night, I told you a story. I promised I wouldn't talk about it again, but I'm going to talk about it again. He's on his 3rd driver suit this year because he grew out of the other 2. Boy, did he sprout up. It's like a dandelion. He also... all these drivers, and we don't often talk about this, but almost all these drivers have a workout regime, and also they're on a dietary regime as well because they're athletes, right? And so I see Corey Day over there. Normally a kid that age, you know, a young 16-year-old kid, grabbing all kinds of sweets and everything else. Not Corey. He was looking at the salad bar whenever I saw him grabbing something to eat earlier on today. So very serious about his racing because at that age I was grabbing Reese cups and Starburst at my age right now because they're up here and they're awesome. So caution out for Blake Bauer. The number 9 car unfortunately stopped down here in turn number 1 and 2. Tanner Thorson still in the number 1 spot. Not by much, though, as Corey Day, as I was just talking about him and his growth spurt. The number 4 car, second quick with 11.865 by 2 1/1000ths of a second. That does not look good there. Oh, no, that's just burning off. It's okay. He should be able to push off. He'll rejoin us. So they spray the headers down with WD-40 or something of that nature so the mud doesn't really stick to them and keep them slicked up. So Corey Day, second quick right now. He's in the top spot out of this group, but second quick overall. 11.865. Kenna McIntosh, Bryant Wiedemann, Tanner Carey currently your top 5. We'll see what happens here. They'll get a little green-white checker to finish off this session as Bauer now pulling down to the infield. So not sure exactly what's going on there for the 2021 USAC Western States Midget Champ. Whatever it is, it's not ideal. Orland Public Auto Auction, Arbor Specialty, sponsors on the number 9 car. Yeah, he's coming to the infield. He is not going to make it here through the Dirt Draft Hot Lap session for the number 9 car, so I have to go to work on that. Conversation I had multiple times throughout the course of the day or course of the weekend, technically course of the year, is about how good you have to be to run up front with the midgets. And a lot of times we see the action that takes place on the track, and that's a testament to the crews and the drivers out there, as all these cars very close in time. As I'm looking down through so far in the Dirt Draft Hot Lap session, I go all the way down to 26th. Quick and be within half a second on this one. As Brian Wiedemann goes to the top spot. Brenham Crouch second quick. Carrick now P1 on the field. This checkered flag comes out. How about that? The Roseville, California runner, the number 87, CB Industries, NOS Energy Drink, PristineAuction.com, KC Drywall 87. Colby Copeland takes the top spot, 11.782. Tanner Carrick, Brian Wiedemann, Brenham Crouch, and Tanner Thorson bumped down to 5th quick now. And Drake may have some information for us about the number 9.
I do indeed. Blake just said the car keeps shutting off, and he doesn't know what's causing that, so they're going to take a look at it up in the pit area.
So that answers our question there, is unfortunately just can't keep that thing running, so see if they can get that fixed and get back out here for heat race action. Will be coming up here before too awful long. But Copeland 11.782, but I was talking about the cars being close in time. And again, this is Dirt Draft Hot Laps, but again, well, you can go all the way down to 23rd quick now and be within half a second. We will bring out a heat race, or group number 4, I should call it. Spencer Baston, Lebanon, Indiana racer, the 9AU, the Kevin Gobrick Rookie of the Year with the World of Outlaws here in the 2022 season. Asked him how many times he raced this year, and he said about 88. They had 16 rainouts, unfortunately, across the course of their season. But, yeah, not too shabby. But Baston will be rolling out in this group. Mitchell Moles, Raisin City, California racer, behind wheel the 89. What an incredible season he has had across both the sprint cars and the midgets. And, again, the greatest compliment I can give Mitchell Moles is I have to constantly remind myself that he is a rookie in the division. Ryan Timms out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the 97K, making a name for himself across multiple divisions of racing. 31K of Danny Stratton, Riverside, California runner, a gasser from way back. As Stratton talked about him picking up a midget win at the Four Crown, actually swept that night. Was quick qualifier, won his heat race, won the feature event, and just did it all. But Stratton's been around for a little while, and he's done very well throughout the course of his career. Allentown, PA racer, Gavin Miller in the 67K. Dominic Gordon, Clovis, California runner, 71K. Jade Avedissian, Clovis, California racer in the 84. The 84 car back in action again tonight. That's the same car. Did not have to go to a backup car. So that was a vicious flip down into turn number 1, but it turns out that it was repairable. So she's still back or in the same 84 car. Michael Pickens out of Auckland, New Zealand, a 4X car, the Dave McDolby Motorsports number 4X. And again, a shout out to all the Kiwis tuned in. Do you call them a flock of Kiwis or Kiwis are solitary birds, aren't they? I don't know how Kiwis work. Honestly, I know they can't fly because they don't have to worry about snakes and stuff in New Zealand, which is a huge plus for me. Randy Pankratz out of Tascadero. I'm not a snake fan. Out of Tascadero, California, the number 8 car joining us in group number 4 as well. Flock of Kiwis. I may have just made something up right there. Sounds like a good band name. Shout out to Todd from Finish Line Graphics. Todd Celeste tuned in watching. Dean says hi as well. Thanks for joining us on the broadcast. I haven't seen Todd since they moved down to, I don't even remember where they are. Missouri. Yeah, they're down in Missouri. Yeah, so down in Missouri, opened up another office down there. I stopped by. They weren't home, and that was the last I saw them. They were in a swimming pool floating around. Loving life in Missouri. Green flag coming out here on session number 4. Want to be quickest in Dirt Draft Hot Laps? Got to be quicker than Colby Copeland. 11.782. Bob Ferris asking how I did in Dirt Draft last night. I can't tell you, Bob, because you'll figure out who I am. That's a secret. Can't tell you how I'm doing in the championship for the season either, because you'll figure out who I am. It's a secret. Actually, I'm having a pretty good season. Jade Avedissian into the number 1 spot. We'll see if she can hang on to it. 11.740 over Colby Copeland. This will be the quickest out of group number 4. Sheesh. Number 84 car, Sheesh, a clothing line. I had to ask what that was, and it's actually a clothing line if you want to check it out and support the sponsors that support Jade. The checkered flag is displayed here for group number 4. Mitchell Moles just tore through there with a pretty good lap on that last time across, but still only second quick overall because Jade Avedissian's got the top spot. 11.740 for Jade. She is the quickest car been out in Dirt Draft Hot Lap so far for the number 84 car. Moles in the 89 car second quick. Copeland bumped down to third quick. Tanner Carrick is now fourth quick. And Bryant Wiedemann, the 0-1, rounds out the top 5. So that will take us into our 5th and final group for Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Caden Sorali out of Stockton, California, the number 32, will be joining us out on the racetrack, along with Chris Wyndham out of Canton, Illinois, the Triple Crown winner in the 89X. Taylor Reimer out of Bixby, Oklahoma, is in the 25K. Kevin Thomas Jr. from Coleman, Alabama, Roll Tide, the 5T car. 71P of Dayson Pursley out of Locust Grove, Oklahoma. Chance Crum out of Snohomish, Washington, the number 26. Jason McDougal out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, the number 68. Tony Gomes out of Hollister, California, the 73, and then Nathan Bird, the Birdman out of Scottsdale, Arizona, 11K. All coming out in the 5th and final group of hot laps for the NOS Energy Drink National Midget Series. Opening ceremonies will be coming up next in our Lightning Sprint qualifiers, followed by the USAC Midget Heat Races. And again, we will run our heat races, accumulate points through the heats, and it's just finish points. There's no passing points involved for the heat races. There's a lot of confusion about that. So it's just finishing points. And then we add those to the points from the first 2 nights, and your top 20 in points overall go directly to the feature event. Everybody else to the C or the B main. We'll take 4 from the B eventually, and that'll set us up with a 24-car starting field. And again, 4 provisionals tonight, 2 national points provisionals and 2 promoters provisionals. So 28-car starting field for 100 laps and $20,000 to win, along with the $12,000 points payout, or $12,000 to the points champion. So $32,000 up for grabs just tonight alone at the Hangtown 100 presented by Matt Wood Racing. You can look there at the number 68 car rolling down the front chute. Jason McDougal, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma racer, and the Stewart chassis. Esslinger power underneath the hood of the 6.8 Motorsports number 68. He's got that thing whistling along pretty good. Always fun to watch. Chance Crum, the number 26 car, got his fan club tuned in, watching back in Washington. Hager Realty Services, Race Rudine Foundation. And I'm going to share this knowledge again because I just learned that this week, but I mentioned it on Thursday night. But the blue that you find on the Rudine racing cars, you see it on their sprint cars and on this midget, is their own paint code. That is their blue. And I think that's the coolest thing in the world because it is a beautiful color blue. Dayson Pursley, the 71. And again, I talked about him working on a race car. I walked out into the pits early this morning. He was out there doing driveline maintenance on that 71P car. Fun to watch. He'll roll a chassis 71P. We'll see what he can do tonight. See, he will roll off 4th in his heat race. So green flag set to flutter about. Final hot lap session here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Make sure you get your lineup set on Dirt Draft. Remember, it locks when the first heat race comes out, or before the first heat race comes out onto the racetrack. And that's going to happen very quickly because we do not have qualifying tonight. So if you haven't set your Dirt Draft lineup, you might want to do so. Again, if you're looking for those heat race lineups, you can find them up on USAC Nation, USAC Racing. Follow along with them. Follow along with FloRacing on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And at Placerville Speedway, make sure you follow along on all that social media. Check in, even if you're watching on Flo, check in at Placerville Speedway and let people know you're watching some great racing action out here. Goes a long way to help these tracks out. So you watch this session on through. So far, KTJ looks to be the quickest out of this final session. The 5T car gets into the number 6 spot, able to crack the top 10. We're starting to push that cushion up across the racetrack. Boom goes to the number 1 spot for KTJ. Quickest out of this session. Now, we'll say this. KTJ was hanging out back in the pit area earlier on today and looked very relaxed back there. And lo and behold, he is the quickest overall in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Quickest out this session as well. Goes an 11.696. 11.696 for Kevin Thomas Jr. So into the number 1 spot. Jade Avedissian bumped down to second quick. Mitchell Moles, Colby Copeland, and Dason Pursley cracks the top 5 into 71P. He's going to be good tonight as well. Tanner Carrick, Bryant Wiedemann, Brenham Crouch, Tanner Thorson, and Corey Day. Now your top 10 Dirt Draft Hot Laps. That goes into the books. Opening ceremonies coming up. And we have got qualifiers and heat races to follow. Gary's got his hat off. That means big things are about to happen.
Well, as always, thank you very much, Chet Christner, as we're set for opening ceremonies, trying to get our national anthem singer over there by Drake York. Well, race fans, once again, on behalf of everyone with Placerville Speedway, the United States Auto Club, and Matt Wood Racing, the time has come to officially welcome you all to the final night of the Hangtown 100. Before we get set into qualifying races, we'd like to invite everyone to please rise. Gentlemen, remove your caps.
Thank you.
Back for her 3rd appearance all the way from Colorado, a full-time special education teacher and a big-time Placerville Speedway fan. Please welcome Miss Mackenzie Hughes with our live rendition of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched, they're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, race fans, one more time for Miss Mackenzie Hughes, the live rendition of the national anthem here tonight on the final night of the Hangtown 100, presented by Matt Wood Racing. First up on the docket will be a couple of qualifying races for the BCRA CLS Lightning Sprints. Once again, 2 qualifying races for the Lightning Sprints. 12 laps of distance. Top 5 will transfer to the feature. Lineup for qualifier race number 1 looks like this on the pole. The winner of the first 2 nights and the high point driver going into this evening's action from San Diego 22 is A.J. Bender. To his outside. In the 3F for Savage Racing, it's Shane Sexton. Row 2 to the inside from Lakewood, Colorado. 24B is Johnny Booz. To the outside, last year's BCRA champ, it is Dakota Albright out of Waterford. 3rd row to the inside from Elk Grove, 91 Matt Lamb, this year's BCRA titleist. To the outside, Colorado Springs, Colorado's Chris Crowder in the 26. 4th row to the inside, Lakeside's Dalton Sexton, 18S. 2 is outside of the Citrus Heights. The 25K is Hunter Kinney. Final row to the inside out of La Quinta. 32 is Ken Colston Jr. He'll go alongside Lakewood, Colorado's Steve Becker. 10 cars, 12 laps. Qualifying race number 1 for the BCRA California Lightning Sprints.
Coming in the morning, I already know. I got some feel-good pills and a red gate.
Now, just a couple of moments and looking for some brake parts out there on the track, it looks like.
I'm gonna do my best to dance with every girl in this bar before they shut it down. Then I'll pay my tab, climb in a cab, heading to a spot downtown. It's all about tonight.
Did also want to wish a special happy birthday to Crystal Swarm out there in the grandstand somewhere. Happy birthday also to Jessica Durham and Jessa. Thank you all for spending your birthdays with us here at the Hangtown 100.
It's all about tonight. Hey, pretty thing, I've been looking at you since the moment that you walked in. I got some wild-ass buddies that love spending money, and I see you brought a couple of friends. Just tell me your name, I don't need your number or a date next Saturday.
The most iconic USAC midget race of them all. The 81st running of the ARP Turkey Night Grand Prix heads to the beach in California's Ventura Raceway on Saturday night, November 26th. Foyt, Parnelli, Schumann, Stewart, Larson, and Bell have all risen to glory at Turkey Night, and now a new breed and a new generation look to take their turn at kissing the Aggie Hat Trophy and grabbing a $10,000 top prize. For more event info, visit USACRacing.com and VenturaRaceway.com. It's the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget National Championship season finale. It's Turkey Night, and it's the one you don't want to miss.
Well, qualifying race number 1 for the Lightning Sprints. Once again, top 5 transferred to the feature. Remaining cars into the 1B main needed later on this evening. 22 AJ Bender looking to pick up a 3-night sweep here.